Hey guys, this is Kasual with nerdhammer.net with a YouTube battle report. This is my Crossroads Spring Break GT Round 1 matchup against Dwarfs. It's time to get into it. There was so many days and weeks and months leading up to the tournament. I just wanted to get to a GT again and see if I learned anything in the past year or so. And so here we go. The first scenario is called Target of Opportunity. After everybody places your army, you pick 3 targets that you consider targets of opportunity, of course. And if you get those targets, you get bonus points towards the game and bonus points in the tournament. You cannot pick a unit from the same class, so you can't pick 2 core and 1 special. It needs to be 1 core, 1 special, 1 rare, or hero, or lord. What have you. So, on my opponent's deployment side, he has a big block of Slayers. There is a special character in there. His name escapes me at the moment. I actually do have his list somewhere, but I'm not sure exactly where it is at the moment. He has a unit of Warriors there, a unit of Quarrelers. In front of the, what are they, Iron Blasters? I should know this. Organ Gun. Yeah, Organ Gun. There is a unit of Drakes. In the center here, his Hammer unit, he got his BSB right there. He has a Runesmith in here with the Drakes. This unit scares the crap out of me. I'm not really sure how I'm going to handle that. I need to handle that probably later in the game. So you'll see. I'll do some dancing around. He has a cannon here in the back. I think I think both of these have Rune of Flaming. So I'm not real crazy about my beast getting near them. Another unit of Warriors here. And his gyrocopter out on his flank. You see my 3 objective markers here. These guys are going to be the ones that he picks. My targets of opportunity were the Quarrelers, the gyrocopter, because I figured I could shoot him down, and the Organ Gun, because you never know, might miscast. No, actually, I'm sorry. My other one was the cannon. That's right. So cannon, gyrocopter, and Quarrelers are my targets of opportunity. On my left side here, my Nurglings come in skirmishing near the woods there, so that if the Warriors do come out, maybe I could stick in the woods, be steadfast. I kind of like that matchup, actually, Nurglings versus Warriors for some reason, because they're just hand, weapon, shield. My dogs there are not on the table, of course, because they ambush. Got my drones, got my screamers, got a single beast. Over here, I'm kind of bunkered around this hill. In this game, I didn't realize we can enter buildings until Game 2 of the tournament. Probably would have been helpful to know. Don't think it would have had much of an effect, but it could have. I do like buildings. I like using them and, be able to hide units and bounce units around. So there's the rest of my side. I really weighted down this flank. One thing I know I absolutely do not want to do is get my Soul Grinder in on the Slayers. I know his special character. I think it's Iron Grim Fist or something, but he can whoop the shit out of a monster. So definitely don't want to get him in there. He picked as targets of opportunity my Plague Drones. He also picked my Single Beast, which that is an excellent choice, and my Nurglings. So let's see how it goes. Turn 1, Demons get first turn. Awesome. I fly the Furies up on an angle like this. I figure if the Slayers want to come in and overrun, they can go off the table. That'll be fine. I'll move my Soul Grinder out of the way. I just move up a little bit with Plague Bearers and the Beast behind, getting ready to... I kind of want the Plague Bearers and the Beast to get in on the Slayers. I think that might be a matchup I can win. See how that goes. I didn't really take a lot of pictures in this first game. I was a little nervous, of course, and even though I've taken pictures in tournaments, I've never taken them out of GTs, and even though everyone is cool, every single one of my opponents was absolutely awesome with me, spend a little time taking pictures. I try to do it fast, but as you'll see the games go on in my series here, you'll see I do end up taking a little bit more, but my opponent was a very nice guy. He has a really cool looking dwarf army, and he's been playing for a long time, so hats off to him. It was he was definitely a very good opponent and fun to play. So here we go. He brings the Slayers in with his character into the Furies. That's great with me. I figure if he just reforms there. I'm going to have some good counter charges. If he does get off the board, then maybe I can push up past him and deal with the Slayer unit in a different time. In the center of his lines here, he's just shuffling around, moving up a little bit. His hammers, kind of out there in the middle. His warriors protecting the flank from the Nurglings. I'm sure he knows that I want to get those Nurglings into the backfield there and try to get the cannon or just cause some havoc on that side. I'm okay with where the hammers are. They're pretty far away from my main blocks, and I think with my screamers and my single beast, I can delay them a little while until I can disperse of some of the rest of the army, and then possibly go after the hammers. There's a good chance I may never break that unit and never get it, and I kind of realize that. I just don't want to get bogged down with them too early. On this side, he flies his gyrocopter over, takes some shots, does 3 wounds to the Nurglings, so that was pretty good. I mean, the hell, they're skirmishers, and I don't know what he's hitting on, but did pretty well there. And he makes short work of them, of course, and reforms. He doesn't go off the table. I think maybe he really doesn't fear anything on this side. Especially, he's probably begging me to take the Soul Grinder in with his special character, which I'm not gonna fall for that one. So some more shooting. Did 3 wounds to my single beast. I think that's a great target for him. It's his target of opportunity. You can get him out of the game. But this is turn 2 Demons. So on the right side, I take in the Beast and I take in the Plague Bearers into the Slayer unit. I also get a spell up on the Beast that gives them +1 to hit. So I'm really trying to weigh down that combat and try to get those Slayers out. What I forgot to realize is that they are unbreakable, but so I'm going to have to kill every last one. Not the smartest move, but we'll see how that all plays out. And I bring my Soul Grinder over because I absolutely want nothing to do with those Slayers when I realize they're unbreakable. I do throw Final Transmutation on his Iron Drakes, I believe, which forces Stupidity Test, but he passes all of them, which is fine in his turn. Let's see what else happens. Okay, the Screamers are coming over. I'm threatening that the Organ Gun. I really don't need that thing ripping into my troops, so I'm going to try to get over there as fast as possible. He really has nothing else to redirect them at this point, so I'm thinking turn 3 charge into them is ideal. The Plague Drones just pushing up here on this side. I would like to get them either into his warrior block there and make short work of them, hopefully, and then maybe bring them back into the hammers at this point. I couldn't believe turn 1, first game of AGT, and I forget to shoot with my Skull Cannon. What is wrong with me? And then turn 2, it misfires. Well, maybe it would have misfired on turn 1 anyway. Who knows? But so yeah, that's the way the board's looking. That's just showing Final Transmutation going off. I did take off a couple Iron Drakes, maybe 3 or 4, which is probably better than average, so can't complain. But at least it forces a Stupidity Test, maybe. Who knows? Maybe I get lucky and something can't shoot or move for a turn. After combat over here, I do challenge out his Lord special character with one of my beasts. That's the Inside Beast. The Slayers do pretty well, actually. They get 4 or 5 wounds on the beast. I'm not sure how much was through instability. Looks like I lost about 4 Plague Bearers there. He doesn't have as many attacks on the Plague Bearers. But what's really nice in this matchup is he's hitting me on 5s with everybody except his Lord, and I think that's really nice. The Slayers have a special ability that, regardless of toughness and strength, they always hit on 4. So that really doesn't matter to me. I'm toughness 5 on the beast, so they're going to do a little better against the beast than they probably would just be average on the Plague Bearers. But yeah, so that's how that ended up. I'm in for a long grind. At least combat resolution should be in my favor for most of it. I won't be taking too much instability tests. Turn 2 Dwarfs. So he brings his warrior block in. They're just sword and board. If I can weather this initial charge, I really don't think they're that great of a matchup for Plague Bearers. I mean, they're going to be hitting me on 5s, wounding me on 5s, 4s, 5s or 4s, strength 3 or the strength 4. Not really sure, but I'm okay with that. Yeah, he's going to negate some ranks. I may be forced to take an instability test this one round, but I'm really happy with getting a Soul Grinder in on the flank of those warriors. The Thunder Stomps and his attacks will be greatly needed. I did move up my beast there to chaff up his hammers, so they go into the beast and they'll make short work of him. He only has 1 wound left on him. Yep, so after combat he just reforms, face the screamers again. I think he would have been better suited to get to the right side of my board, because he's just not going to get in on the screamers. I can just fly away. But my goal is that Hellblaster or Organ Gun first, so he does get my my butthole objective from the beast. And after combat here, wow, I'm losing beasts left and right. Could have been from instability test. I lost a lot of plague bearers in that round, so that was tough. That single beast now is still in a challenge with his lord. His lord can't really do too much to me. I'm not really doing anything to him. But look how many slayers that pulls out of combat now for the next turn, that's pretty awesome. And I don't think he really can reform too much because of his warriors kind of being in the way there and the way he set him up. So I'm holding on here, but and you see I'm doing really well against the slayers. There's a lot of them dead in the back, and I'm just trying to get through them as fast as possible. I hope I can hold out. Turn 3 demons. I bring Mr. Soul Grinder in. This I like. Now I got a flank and a charge, negating his ranks. My ranks are negated. Our banners are going to be canceling. So it's just a matter of the Soul Grinder being able to do a lot with his Thunder Stomps and his attacks. Hopefully, he could swing some combat res in my favor, so I'm not taking those instability tests. I'm winning the battle every single turn against the Slayers with the Plague Bearers and the Beast holding up his Lord. I'm great with that. But where I was losing combat res was with the warriors coming in and them getting ranks and the flank and everything. So negating some of that with the Soul Grinder, hopefully he can swing this battle for me. Over here, I do something stupid. I take the Nurglings in. I think I kind of was going for a shock and awe with the Nurglings. I'm not sure why, but I did take him in there, and then I'm like, God damn, it's a target of opportunity for him if he kills them outright. And he gets the parry save when I charge, so he had a 5-up parry. It was just dumb move. I could have just stayed in the woods and just kept them alive. The Nurglings get better as the days go on, but this was just user error in my side. So I bring the Screamers into the Organ Gun. That's absolutely perfect. They should be able to kill him. And my dogs do come in and face the cannon for a turn 4 charge. Unfortunate that the dogs came in so late, but what can you do? At least they're here. And I bring the Plague Drones up. Now I'm looking at the flank of the warriors. That's a pretty makeable charge. I'm hoping that if the Nurglings can hold up a turn or two, I can get the Plague Drones in there and make short work of those beasts. You see his gyrocopters over here. The gyrocopter wasn't in my charge arc for the beasts or the drones, so that's why I just moved them over there. After combat, Soul Grinder does what he needs to do. Breaks the warrior unit. They flee from the largest unit, which is the Plague Bearers, and he runs them down and comes within like 2 inches of the Quarrelers, which were my other target of opportunity. So I really want to get in there with them, and hopefully the Soul Grinder could take them out. As you see, the Slayers are getting less and less. He reforms, should bring more into contact with the Plague Bearers. I think I'm minus his weapon skill there, so just trying to. It's helping my Plague Bearers hit him on 3s instead of 4s. Just those little spells with metal. I don't really mind them at all. They're nice lead-off spells. If you have some dice that you're definitely going to throw Final Trans on. One thing I do say about my opponent, he dispelled Final Transmutation nearly every time. I think it got off once, but I mean, no matter how many dice he threw at it, if I didn't Irresistible it, which I didn't, he dispelled it. I think he might have even dispelled it on as little as 3 dice with double 6s. It might have been 2 dice, actually. I'm not 100% sure, but I remember it not going off much in this game. So turn 3 Dwarfs. Yeah, he did beat the Plague Bearers and reform to face the threat of the dogs. I think he also does a grape shot at the dogs and takes 2 of them off. The Quarrelers stay put. The Hammers come over to countercharge to make sure they can countercharge the Soul Grinder if he goes into the Quarrelers. The Screamer, there was one left with one, or there was two left with one wound remaining on the organ gun. I do end up killing the organ gun, but he brings the Iron Drakes into the flank of the other Screamer. So the Screamers are going to be gone, but they did get that organ gun. I'm pretty happy with that. Yeah, this combat is just wearing on. Turn 4 Demons. I make the long charge into the flank of the Warriors with my Plague Drones. Really, really like this because the dogs are going to go into the cannon. If they can smash the cannon up real quick and overrun right into the Warriors, I'm in good shape. I'll have a banner flank. You know, he's going to have ranks, but I don't think I can negate his ranks. No, I can't negate his ranks. But the drones should do pretty well against the Warriors. So we'll see how that works out. I do take the Soul Grinder into the Quarrelers. I'm hoping to smash through them real quick and hopefully get maybe overrun and get off the board or something, or just be able to reform. This was one of those scenarios where I'm like, okay, should I sacrifice 265 points to try to get a unit, and then another, I think targets of opportunity were worth 200 points. I thought it was a good trade, you know, if I do get that unit, but we'll see how that works out. On the right side, let's see, that's all my charges. After combat over here, the beast finally is dead from the combat. Got some Plague Bears left. I think he has about 5 Slayers left. I think I'm going to get this unit. I don't know. I'm a little worried with this character now being able to attack, so we'll see how that works out. I put +1 to hit on the Soul Grinder just to try to get as many attacks against the Quarrelers as possible. Over here, I killed a lot of Warriors, but they were steadfast and Warriors stuck. After combat on the right side with the Lone Screamer, he reforms his Drakes. He has a Runesmith in there. So turn 4 Dwarfs. Over here, I end up killing all the Slayers except his hero, or except his special character. So that's awesome. I'm going to get all the points for the Slayers at this point. They did announce, I think turn 4 was going to be our last turn for the tournament. So over here he ends up taking his hammers into the Soul Grinder, who did not kill the Quarrelers and break them. So not only did I sacrifice that 265 point Soul Grinder, I didn't get my target of opportunity. So that was unfortunate. He just reforms the hammers. Over here, what happens, and I don't have a picture of it, but I'm just going to try to explain it to you. The Warriors were down to about 3 left, so what he decided to do was this unit of Iron Drakes, he decided to charge in to the flank of the drones, hoping to break the drones, maybe pop the dogs, and save this unit. At least, you know, I would get half points for him, and he would end up getting 400 points from these units and another target of opportunity, and easily swing the game to a win. Right at this point of the game, we're looking at a draw. I think we both kind of did the points in our head and was like, wow, this is a really close game. He brings the Iron Drakes in, and I end up killing the Warriors to a man with my dogs. This drone couldn't attack, but this drone attacked the Iron Drakes, did a couple wounds to them, end up breaking the Iron Drakes and the Runesmith that was in there, and the drones run them down. What a huge swing in points at the end there. It was unfortunate for my opponent. It worked out that way. It was a risk, you know, and I'm a gambling man myself, so I probably would have done the exact same thing. I'm surprised it went that way. The Drakes just couldn't put up the damage on that lone drone to really swing that combat. So yeah, after combat here, of course, I wasn't able to kill his character, but at the end of it, it ends up being a 13-10 win for Daemons. So my first game in the GT, I get a decent win. I'm happy with 13 points. It's a lot better than I did the entire first day at the Crossroads last year. So completely pumped with that result. Again, hats off to my opponent. He's a very nice guy. Saw him throughout the tournament and, checked in on him, see how he was doing with the rest of his matchups. But yeah, so after game one, I got a win, boys. I'm on my way. So check out the next battle reports. They'll be coming up in the near future.